In addition to Trust Zone, the M2351 is equipped with some functions to improve system security. These functions include Secure Bootloader, which can verify firmware integrity and support firmware update. The unique ID can be used for device identification by software. The Crypto Accelerator supports encryption and decryption operations to offload processor computing power. The KP-ROM is a password protection mechanism to allow flash write and erase. The XOM defines execution-only memory regions to protect critical program codes. The flash lock bits are used to disable external flash read, write, and debug interface. The Tamper Detector can detect the state transition on the tamper pin. The Crypto Accelerator supports different algorithms, including ECC for key agreement and digital signatures, DES, triple DES, and AES for symmetric data encryption and decryption, SHA for hash and HMAC operations. The true random number can generate a random number according to the required length. The maximum length is 256 bit. The Secure Bootloader is an immutable ROM code, which is resident in execution-only memory region. That means there is no way to copy or trace the Secure Bootloader. And its major function is to verify the integrity of application code during booting stage. The application codes are downloaded to AP-ROM. The secret key is provided by user and stored inside flash area. The length is 256 bit. The Secure Bootloader starts after reset. It will calculate the hash value of the application code. If these two values are the same, Secure Bootloader will launch the application. Otherwise, it will stop the execution. The KP-ROM locates in flash area. A 96-bit secure user key and retry counters are stored here. The secure user key should be programmed before enabling KP-ROM. If KP-ROM is enabled, the user needs to input a 96-bit value before write or erase flash memory. This value is compared to the key stored in KP-ROM. If the comparing result is identical, the operation can continue. Otherwise, the write or erase operation will be blocked. The abbreviation of execution-only memory is XOM. In M2351, up to 4 execution-only regions can be defined in AP-ROM. To read or write a data in an execution-only region is not allowed. That means program code outside XOM region can call a function inside XOM, but cannot write or read a data in XOM region. And the program code inside a XOM cannot write or read a data in the same region or in other XOM region. The M2351 has two flash locks, the SCR lock and AR lock. If SCR lock is set, external read and write access to LD-ROM or secure AP-ROM regions are prohibited. That means user is unable to copy or update secure code through the debug interface when SCR lock is set. If AR lock is set, external read and write access to entire flash memory are prohibited. The debug interface is controlled by flash lock bits. If both flash locks are unset, debug interface is enabled. User can debug and trace any software code. If SCR lock is set and AR lock is unset, the debug interface is conditionally enabled. User can only debug and trace non-secure code. If AR lock is set, the debug interface will be disabled. There are 6 tamper pins in M2351. They can be configured as 6 tamper pins or 3 tamper loops. The tamper pin can monitor whether the input state is high or low. If the input state is different to its setting, a tamper interrupt will be generated. A tamper loop consists of 1 output pin and 1 input pin. A 64-bit random number is continuously sent from output pin to input pin. The received data is compared with transmitted data. A tamper interrupt will be generated if they are different. When a tamper interrupt occurs, the 80-byte spare registers in RTC controller will be cleared by hardware. Finally, here is the summary of M2351 security functions. The secure bootloader verifies firmware's integrity to support secure boot. The crypto accelerator can be used for key agreement and data ciphering to secure communication channels. The XOM KP-ROM, flash lock bits, and trust zone can support data and firmware protection. The trust zone can prevent illegal operation, such as random access to secure code. And Tamper Detector can detect tamper events. This is the end of the presentation.